So guys, as you can see from the title of this video, this man Bryce James has officially announced on Wednesday night that he is going to be transferring away from Sierra Canyon and also Campbell High School, and is going to be joining Notre Dame High School, a pretty prestigious basketball program who is very well rounded and is actually the defending state champions in the state of California. Now, I know at first a lot of people was actually very confused about this decision, and a lot of people actually thought that for some reason Bryce James was actually committing to Notre Dame, the actual college. And I feel like, me personally, if I really wasn't even tapped into high school sports, I would probably be confused too. But guys, just to give you guys some clarification, this man Bryce James is not committing to Notre Dame, the actual university. He's actually committing to Notre Dame, the actual high school located in Sherman Oaks. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this whole situation is a little bit crazy just because he originally had left Sierra Canyon to actually join Campbell High School, another program located in the Los Angeles area. I actually made a video about this a while back. Initially, I actually did love this move. I thought this was a good opportunity for Bryce to really start his own legacy. We can finally start to see Bryce play some meaningful minutes for a basketball team. He essentially could finally have the keys to be the star of a show, the star of a program. And overall, I really just thought that this was originally a good decision for Bryce's high school basketball career, going to Campbell High School. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that ever since Bryce stepped onto the high school scene, he's essentially always had to kind of take a step back, play against better competition, always played with some great teammates. He never really saw meaningful minutes for a high school team or even AAU. So that was the main reason why I initially liked that move, going to Campbell High School, just because there really wasn't no big name players on that team. And like I said, he could essentially be the star of the show. But like I said, he's actually transferring away from Campbell High School and is even going to a bigger program, being Notre Dame High School. Like I said, Notre Dame is actually the defending California state champions. They actually beat Sierra Canyon in the process, and also multiple times last year as well. They also had some great players last season, being led by Caleb Foster and Dusty Stromer. Caleb Foster being one of the top point guards overall in high school. He's actually going to be playing for Duke this upcoming season. I'm not sure if he's actually going to start or come off the bench, but like I said, he was one of the best players and overall point guards in the high school scene last year. He also finished with 30 points in that state final game, and he was also the leading scorer for this Notre Dame program last season as well. And like I said, they also had Dusty Stromer, who was the starting forward for this team. He's already committed to play for Gonzaga, a super underrated shooter in my personal opinion. Definitely is going to be a threat in that 24 draft. Like I said, going to a great program like Gonzaga, I think he's definitely going to fit in exactly where he needs to for this Gonzaga team. Now, that was two of the top players on this team. Honestly, in my opinion, they essentially were the keys and the conductors for this overall team. Everybody else on this team is fairly young, so the players that Bryce James is actually going to be sharing the spotlight with is just a few players that you guys should probably have on your radars. Guys like Angelino Mark, Zachary White, and finally Mercy Miller. Now, Angelino Mark, apparently he was the #1 ranked 7th grader in the country, if that means anything to you. I know last season he averaged only 5 points a game. Same thing with Zachary White, essentially played some big minutes for that team as well. Also averaged 5 to 6 points a game last season. But Mercy Miller, the son of Master P, he's the main player that I feel like everybody and their mama is definitely going to have in their notes. And he's going to be the player that is really going to take that next leap to essentially becoming a top 30 player in this 24 class. Now, Mercy Miller is currently ranked as the 73rd ranked player according to 24/7 Sports in that 24 class. Like I said, me personally, I definitely feel like he should be a lot higher. He did play a lot of meaningful minutes for this Notre Dame program last season. Believe it or not, he was actually the second leading scorer for this team last season, averaging close to 20 points a game, being 17 points a game. And he also had one of the craziest dunks that I've seen in a long time, especially on that high school level. Right now, he is listed around 6'4", 6'5", has a great mechanics, a great overall feel for the game. I think he definitely plays his best basketball whenever he is going downhill. Anytime he attacks the rim, super athletic player. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's a point guard or even a shooting guard. I look at him more as a player that you can kind of plug in on any single position, and he's definitely going to give it his hardest, and he's just an overall great talented player that can essentially do everything well on the floor. Me personally, I see a lot of potential on the defensive end. I really do think he can be a lockdown defender, essentially guarding all 5 positions. He does a great job at moving his feet, has great instincts, and like I said, his athleticism I definitely think is going to take him far, and I do think he is going to be ready to take take that next leap alongside this man, Bryce James. And guys, like I said, overall, this Notre Dame team is fairly young. Me personally, I actually anticipate that they'll probably get another transfer here soon, probably before the season starts. I wouldn't really be surprised, but I do think this is a good fit for this man, Bryce James. Like I alluded to earlier, Campbell High School, that was definitely a good program to transfer to, but I think the spotlight here at Notre Dame is just a lot better for the future for this kid, Bryce James. I think just playing alongside a nationally ranked player like Mercy Miller, this isn't a super team like Sierra Canyon. I mean, like I said, he's always been having to take the back seat being Bryce James, and I think that he can finally get minutes on the floor. He can finally start to get that experience playing on the high school season, and I really do think it is officially time for Bryce to really take that next step, put his big shoes on, put his big boy pants on, and it is time for him to really start his own legacy. I mean, I really feel like even already on the AAU circuit, you can kind of slowly start to see Bryce's game get a little bit better. I will admit, at first, I was very questionable about Bryce James and his overall feel for the game, but just from what I've been seeing on the AAU circuit, it definitely looks like he's definitely made a lot of improvements overall, at least from the scoring and the offensive side of the ball. I will admit, he's even made some plays that made me raise my eyebrow a little bit. We know what he can do from a shooting perspective. Obviously, he gets great practice with being the son of LeBron James and whatnot, but we still need to see a little bit more polishing, a little bit more tools and whatnot needs to improve. But overall, I do think that he is going to be fine playing for this Notre Dame program. Guys, what do you guys actually think about this decision by Bryce James? Do you think this was a great decision? Do you think he should have transferred somebody else? Do you think he should have went to a prep? What do you guys overall think about this decision by Bryce James? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.